With Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 just around the corner, I thought I'd take a look at arguably the best Mission Impossible movie to date, with Mission Impossible Fallout. While it may appear that each new Mission Impossible film is the best one yet, this series is one of the rare occasions in which each new movie exceeds the previous one. In Mission Impossible Fallout, Tom Cruise and director Christopher McQuarrie have raised the bar even higher. This film is an incredible action masterpiece, providing us with thrilling set piece after thrilling set piece. It's the perfect summer movie with excellent narrative and workmanship on every level. Chris McQuarrie's 2015 thriller Rogue Nation caught our curiosity.
Gentlemen, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
But with this sixth Mission Impossible adventure, he has earned our admiration and respect as the first filmmaker to return to the franchise a second time. There hasn't been a blockbuster director who has come on so fully and extraordinary, delivering work so completely and compelling and unfaultable that consideration as one of the defining Hollywood releases of the era. Fallout is an absolute masterpiece of a movie. Despite the fact that McQuarrie has improved his directing abilities for this film, Tom Cruise remains the Mission series' leading creative influence. The fact that Cruise lives on screen in meta-human form makes it difficult to believe you're watching him perform these acts and occupy these locations, but he does.
I think I'm addicted to movies.
And Fallout establishes Cruise as the greatest movie actor of my lifetime, and arguably the last movie star. He's a celestial entity who must be fostered and protected. Cruise halo dives into Paris as part of Fallout, swings from an overhead helicopter, drives said helicopter while simultaneously directing the film camera, runs, leaps, climbs, rides a motorbike, and is handsome, hilarious, and utterly committed throughout the entire film. The actor has never given a half-hearted performance in his life, and in Fallout he amps up the zeal that fans have appreciated for years. You can be certain that if he were physically able to work on every component of this picture, he would. Cruise gives 110% in every movie he's in, and Fallout is no exception. Cruise breaks his ankle in real time, running across the London skyline. He accidentally crushed his foot into a concrete wall while shooting, completely fracturing his ankle. As it is customary, he performed the stunt without assistance of a stunt double. The broken ankle may be seen in the trailer, but not in the finished film if you look at his right foot as he jumps between the two buildings. Any sensible actor or human would now just give up if they learned that they had fractured their ankle. However, he ascends the roof to complete the picture. Despite this, Tom Cruise is a machine. However, McQuarrie restrains Cruise's self-indulgent and narcissistic traits in this movie, allowing Cruise to completely immerse himself in the role of Ethan Hunt. Furthermore, Hunt is now given a less complex version of the Bond Skyfall treatment. Fallout is probably the series Skyfall, and it's even a better movie, enabling his ex-wife to arrive in the third act. Fallout thrives at the intersection of strong emotional beats and very Nolan-esque sequence of perfectly constructed set pieces, with a near-silent 25-minute period of outdoor action in Paris. Hunt's vision of a brutal extraction culminating in his murdering a police officer while wearing all black and surrounded by mercenaries has a Sicario-like vibe to it. It's astonishingly dark and ethically demanding material for a film with a ludicrous title like Mission Impossible. Now that the series' signature silliness is imprisoned, however, Simon Pegg's Benji and Vince Vaughn's Floofer are a sprinkle pair of lightweight heavyweights, providing not just the anticipated comic relief, but also a contrast base point for Hunt's resilient humanism, remaining over the characters and the audience, of how much he values life while endlessly defying death, prepared to forget how to breathe as Hunt rushes into oncoming traffic, and Cruise and Cavill engage in a stunningly produced brawl in a Paris nightclub toilet. Watch Cruise work the London rooftops like no other actor since Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. Not to mention the forth-mentioned Halo moment, which is so incredible and unrivaled in terms of sheer tension. When things get genuinely crazy in Kashmir, I can't help but laugh hysterically at the ludicrous audacity of every scene, twist and joke. McQuarrie and Cruise are jammed into this relentless and captivating piece of art. I was just in pure awe at what they were presenting me on screen. These days, whether it be Spock, Han Solo, Rocky Balboa, Indiana Jones, or numerous aging Terminators, we're continually bombarded with fresh takes on classic series in which a young cast assumes control from established characters played by aged actors you grew up watching. If you could leave a like, I'd highly appreciate it. Similar character dynamics are created for the most recent Mission Impossible films, only to be rejected. Consider Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol starring Jeremy Renner, when he was originally cast, it was widely claimed that he was being groomed to replace Tom Cruise. Because Cruise was approaching 50, why not give the franchise to someone 10 years younger? Renner looked to have established himself as the main man for Hollywood super spies, having temporarily replaced Jason Bourne. However, his character in Mission Impossible, Renner's role is a pencil-pushing weenie, whereas Ethan Hunt scaled the highest skyscraper on the entire goddamn globe in Ghost Protocol. Renner was only there to scare Cruise and make him seem nice. In Fallout, they cast Cruise with Henry Cavill, a stunning young actor who portrays one of the best live-action Supermen. Cavill also appeared in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., a recreation of the 1960s spy show. As a result, this serious challenge to Cruise's career has emerged as Hunt's adversary. Despite the fact that Cavill is younger, more handsome, and more toned, Hunt consistently proves that he is the more viable character. In a number of instances, Hunt is revealed to be considerably rougher and more skilled than Cavill's CIA goon, Walker, whether it's overcoming an opponent who outmatched Walker despite cocking his arm guns while suddenly sprouting additional facial hair. Walker, in the end, proves to be more than simply a jerk. He's a major antagonist, and with that, Tom Cruise saves the day by removing any threat to his celebrity, as well as avoiding a nuclear disaster. The Mission Impossible films are popular with young people because of their fantastic action, but the older fans enjoy them because, like Star Trek, they appeal to a common fear that you will die and be replaced one day. Ethan's confrontations with this powerful young opponents are battles against death. Unlike past franchises, Fallout faces aging head-on, despite the film embraces it, in contrast to the James Bond series, which replaces its protagonist with a younger model every few decades. Ethan Hunt has not only gotten older, but has collected 2 decades worth of emotional baggage. Friends and family have gathered throughout the course of his life, and as a result, they have become his most vulnerable. The plutonium is taken in the first scene of Fallout due to Ethan's love for Luther, whom he previously met in the first film. Without it, Fallout would have finished before you could grow upset with the teenagers sitting behind you at the cinema. Irony has always been a part of the Mission Impossible franchise title. Ethan Hunt will certainly come to the rescue. The filmmakers' impossible mission is to persuade us otherwise for a short time. It's only fun to see Hunt win when you believe he could lose. As ridiculous as it may sound, I predicted he'd lose in Mission Impossible Fallout. He didn't think he'd lose. He simply felt it. Because it was deliberately designed, purposely produced, and breathtakingly ambitious, Mission Impossible Fallout is a paradigm for blockbuster filmmakers and spectators alike. At the end of the day, Mission Impossible Fallout is a masterpiece. Well, that's enough rambling for one day.